Because I hear people say that. Like,
I
there's
mean,
a.
Here's.
So do you take like?
So you take here's the full breath.
Even now though, like in this moment.
So I'll give you an example. There's something called the box breath, right? And you got to think of it like a box.
Okay.
So we're gonna inhale 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Exhale 2, 3, 4. Hold 2, 3, 4. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. That's box breath.
And what does that do? Like it
So it calms your nervous system.
Mm.
So don't you feel way more relaxed just doing that simple exercise?
Yeah. Can't feel my toes. It was light. Like, oh shit.
And I think it's just one of those things when we're caught in these real tense environments, or we're put to task, a lot of us just forget to breathe, you know? And I'm telling you, it helps maintain focus, and it helps you just make clear choices.
Bro, I 100% agree. And it's so crazy because I find myself, and I'm trying my hardest to get out of it. And I think we're getting there. I probably got a couple more months.
Give yourself grace, bro. Give yourself grace.
Yeah, but what I've been experiencing lately, and I realize I've been experiencing a long time, like my life is like, I'm super high, and then I'm like, I'm going, and I hit a brick wall, and then I crash. And then it's like, all right, I'm on my back, I'm dead for like 3 days, and then I come back up, I'm super high, I'm running, deal closing down. But I realize when I'm at this peak, it's like a flow state. Like deals come, things come, and I'm clear.
Manifesting.
Yeah.
You're attracting.
And then I hit that brick wall again. So now I'm learning like, okay, like I have to find that equilibrium. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And that just controls substance of like, you walk in the room and you feel like you just, bro, I look at you and I'm like, and then granted, there's probably some shit going on, but I'm like, shit's under control for the most part. For the most part.
I saw somebody, they posted something, they said, majority of successful people that you see, you don't see the dark shit that they had to go through.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I really had to go through some really difficult times.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Walk Good legit saved my life. Yo. Like,
is this the story? There's a story. You don't have to talk about it.
No, we can talk about it. I mean, I talk about it honestly and openly. Mm-hmm. But you know, about 11 years ago, I was living really wild and reckless. Yeah. I went to Drexel University in Philadelphia, mm-hmm. and I was wilding, man. Mm-hmm. 21 years old, smoking, drinking, just like any other college student would. But I was always doing it to the excess. Mm-hmm. You know, years later, I could reflect on what I was going through. I just lost my grandfather. And that was the first time I had dealt with loss so close to me that I started to develop these bad habits. And I started to cope in negative ways, smoking, drinking. And not just smoking and drinking, but smoking and drinking to the excess. You know, like when you see your boy, your homegirl, and they're just doing too much, that was me. And this one night, I was taking my homegirl out to winter formal, and we go back to the homie's house, and we smoke, and we drink a little bit more, and we pass out on the couch. I wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning. I gotta drop the homegirl off at her house, and I gotta get back home because I got work. I gotta shoot the next day. Drop her off. I start driving down the 76 highway, 76 West, and I fell asleep at the wheel. After getting off the exit, fell asleep at the wheel, drove my car into a tree, car flipped over, had a brain injury, had microscopic hemorrhaging in my brain. Yeah, I went to
shit.
Yeah, man. They sent me to the holding cell that next day. Spent the night in the holding cell, and my head was like the size of a football. Yo. I literally looked like Hey Arnold, like the black Hey Arnold, for real.
Damn.
Real broken blood vessel. And I went back to back home because it was winter break. So I went back home and everybody was saying like, yo, man, Etienne is not right. Like, he's just like, that boy is on something. Like, everybody thought I was on coke. They thought I was mollied out because at that time, like, Molly was just becoming like a big thing. Like, Trinidad James just came out with that song
Oh,
about
that
the
was
Molly I'm
crazy.
sweating, right?
Yeah.
And so everybody thought like, Etienne, you should go get some help. But at the time, I don't even know. I'm completely out of my mind. You know, because of the bleeding on my brain, I was legit manic. I was like, for lack of a better word, I had lost my mind and I could not find it. And one day, my mom was like, "Etienne, we're gonna go get some help." And I told my mom, I said, if someone was feeling the way I'm feeling right now, I could understand why they would want to kill themselves.
Mm.
And when I told my mom that, she was like, all right, we're going to the ER. Went to the ER, and I had to go to the psych ward involuntarily. So I was placed on a 72-hour psychiatric hold. They had to do, mental evaluation on me, and they put me on this medication that was really bad, like lithium, actually. And I had really bad side effects. And, by the grace of God, bro, and the prayer of my grandmother, I speak about my grandmother a lot. I speak about my mom and my uncle and my stepfather and my father. Like, they really, really held me down during that time and made sure that I was on a better path. And I had to take leave of absence from school. And I was really, really self-conscious about that because I wanted to graduate on time. But where my mental state was, I wasn't able to do it as efficiently as I could have. And yeah, took leave of absence, went back to school. Doctor was like, Etienne, do not smoke or drink. It's going to be really bad if you do it. Like, you're going to damage your brain even more. Go back to school. What does Etienne do? I start smoking and drinking. Because now it's like, it's the peer pressure. All my friends are smoking and drinking.
For sure.
You know, I tried to tell them, like, nah, man, I'm not smoking or drinking. I'm not going to smoke. I'm not going to drink.
Nigga, get this blunt.
Yeah, give him the blunt. Shut up. Like,
yeah.
But that was also at that time, and again, because of my mindfulness practice, I could really reflect on those times from through a different lens. And it made me realize that if you tell your homie that you don't want to do this anymore and they still pressure you to do it, that's not your homie.
For sure.
That's not your bro. That's not your friend. If you can honestly say, this is something I want to stop doing, they would encourage you and they would help you and protect you from anything close to weed or alcohol. They wouldn't even put it in front of you. And so during that time, I just said, fuck it. And went to a party. Now this is November 9th, 2013. The DUI happened December 13th, 2012. So now this is 11 months apart, right? And ironically, this is my first year to be able to legally drink. November 9th, 2013, I go to a party with some friends. I remember the last drink I took. It was a Fireball shot.
Ooh.
The rest of that night, couldn't even tell you what happened. What ended up happening was I woke up the next morning in the hospital, University of Pennsylvania Hospital. They had told me I had been shot twice in my leg, grazed bullet above my eyebrow. I later found out that
I can see the scar too.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
I was robbed from my iPhone and my wallet by a father and a son. Yeah. And the only reason why they found these guys was because they had a lookout. The man was across the street when they was trying to jack me for my iPhone and my wallet. And he was trying to catch a plea deal. And so he said, yo, you remember that kid on 52nd and Delancey in West Philly who got robbed for his phone? I got all the info on that. So I had to go back like a couple of years, like a year or two later, and testify. And I saw the surveillance footage And the surveillance footage actually had audio, so you could hear me getting shot at. All you hear is pop, 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 pop. And then you start to see me come across the camera, and I'm little like I'm holding my leg, and I'm saying, oh my God, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And then I get in the middle of the street, and this off-duty taxi cab driver, he stops, and I get on the hood of his car. I said, please help me. I've been shot in my head. Not even realizing I've really been shot in my leg.